Hi, welcome to the Mind Factory. On this channel, we reproduce the latest results in artificial intelligence, deep learning, and robotics. This video is part of a series where we're building a robot to reproduce a paper called Learning Fine-Grained Bimanual Manipulation with Low-Cost Hardware. This is a paper that's by researchers at Stanford and Berkeley. In this video, we're going to be building the end effectors of the robot using 3D printed parts that we printed earlier. If that kind of content's interesting to you, leave a like for the channel, consider subscribing, and let's get into the video. So the next part, we want to fit these onto the end effector, like so. So that this is really where we want to get to. So we need to make sure that the robot is in the home position. So to do that, the easiest way I think is just to look for the sticker on the top. So if you see that sticker on the top there, you know that is the up direction. Another way is just to look at the electrical cables. So the electrical cables should not be twisted. When they're not twisted, like around, then you know that they're in the home position. Okay. And you can also figure out the home position by looking at the diagrams online. Now that we've got this in the home position, next we have to disassemble the end effector. To disassemble the end effector, what you want to do is take a look at the rotor. The rotor is this piece, okay? It's this bit that rotates. Set it like this so that like that. Okay. Then you can get the screwdriver in and unscrew the bolt. There'll be a washer here on the back side. And the same here. Now that we've got those off, put them aside in a Ziploc bag. You don't want to lose them. It might be tricky to find. And next, we're going to take these 4 nuts off. Okay. Now the nuts are off, we can just slide out the little 80-20 aluminium pieces like this, and then we can just slide these off. If the T-nuts drop out, it's not a big deal. We probably will take them out later anyway. Okay, and now I've got these 2 pieces. And let's take all that and put that in a different plastic bag. There we go. Okay, so next what we want to do is just take out, if there's these little bits of support material here, we want to take those out. And then if you take a look at these, you'll notice these 2 screw holes here. There's an inside and an sort of an outside there, okay? You'll notice the inside supports for the screw hole is really thin. And these are a little bit small. So we're going to hollow those out a little bit towards the outside. So to do that, we're going to take a pretty low power drill I've got here. I'm just going to take the drill, slide it into the hole, and just move it around. Okay. Now that the holes are wound down. Okay, now in the bag that came with the original robot, you should have these screws. So we're going to use 2 of these screws. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the screw and just screw it right in here. And while we're screwing this in, just monitor the inner wall. Just make sure it doesn't bulge out too much. If you see it starting to bulge out, you may need to drill a little more. Okay, now that we have the screws tapped, what we want to do is just turn them so that they're just recessed a little bit. And then take the slider. The slider's got 2 sides, this side and this side. We're going to attach to this side, like that. We want to make sure that when we screw this in, that it stays flush, that there's no gap here. Right? So we're just going to screw that in. And you can see, don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little gap. I don't want that, so I'll just wind it back and try again until I get it screwed in with no gap. And you may need to drill it out. Put the drill in and just swivel it around a little bit. Okay, and now we have it. And so we're just going to do that for the other side too. And now we have it. So next we just screw those in. Okay, and there we go. That's ready to go. Okay, so now I'm just going to put these rails back through. On one side, slide the head, make sure this way is up, and make sure that that the robot arm is up, so the end effector's up. And then slip these in. 1, 2. Now we want to put the T-nuts back in. T-nuts back in. Now slide it to fully open like that. And then you'll notice your little rotors are hanging out. And try to line them up. And you can just check it with an Allen key. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just pop the screw through. Bring it up. And just be really careful to be steady with the screwdriver, because it's magnetic, you'll pull it out if you aren't steady. And then screw it down. Okay, it's attached. Great. Okay, and now we're installed. And you'll see when you push it together, it should close. Like that. Next, we need to put the gripper tape onto the end effector. So to do that, we're just going to cut off, a 1 centimeter strip. Then we're going to just center it around the tip and just stick it on. Then next we're going to cut off about 10 centimeters, 100 mil tape. Center it on the inside so that half of the tape goes each side. And then we just fold it over on one side. Cut off the excess. Fold the other side over. Cut off this excess. And now you'll notice that there's a little bit left over that's blocking the window. So we want to trim that off as well. So just pull it up, open the window, and just cut that up. And there we go. That's done. Okay, so that concludes building the end effector for the robot. Next, we have to build the handles for the teleoperation interface. So check out that video and I'll see you in the future.